Oresti, how do we know when we're over the tipping point?
Well, I think in terms of mobile connectivity, I think South Africa is leading the world in terms of mobile interconnectivity. Our costs are low, so I think we've kind of reached the tipping point on the mobile side. There's no doubt about it. I think we're far away from it on the computer side, specifically because of bandwidth. And I suppose, and our market. I mean, a lot of people don't have access to internet.
Jaco, how's this adding value to your business?
I think that's the toughest question, and that's the sale we have to get through to the people. It's not about the sexy, as I said, it's about what adds value to the business. And I think the key there is to make it something that business people would understand, that accountants would understand, because they're spending money on it. So, it's not about how many people are on your site, but what does that mean for the business? What is the conversion of those visitors to actual customers and clients? That's the things that make sense to them.
So, Arthur, what happens if I don't have this online marketing business strategy? What am I losing out on? Is it absolutely imperative for me to be there?
No, it comes down to two requirements. The one is the requirement of your competitive environment. If your competitors are there and they are gaining advantage over you in that environment, then you need to be there. You need to be competing with them.
But days factor these days, my competitors will be there, won't they?
Not necessarily. For example, in the retail sector, you would assume that any retailer should be online. But if you look at, let's say, the low-end retail sector, none of those guys are there. When the first one comes on board with a major presence and proves that they can make it work for them, every other one of them is going to have to be there. But right now, none of them have to be there.
And the key phrase you just used, make it work for them.
For sure.
So what does that mean? Where is the quantifiable value in all of it?
Initially, it's a brand positioning exercise, but you can only live off brand positioning for so long. Ultimately, it's the bottom line, it's revenue. And not only revenue, but also the profitability that revenue brings to you, because you can have massive revenue. You can be Pick n Pay online, for example, which is the biggest online retailer in South Africa, and still not be profitable. I believe they are now profitable, but it took them a long time. And people couldn't get their heads around this, that the biggest online retailer
long time, a lot of money.
Was not profitable. So it's not only about revenue. But the flip side of it, and probably as important, if your customers expect you to be there, then you have to be there. And that's where a brand like Kulula, in particular, which has got a cool, hip image, is expected to be in there. They expect it to be in social media. They expect it to be on Twitter, so they can't afford not to be there.